Good evening, Pisces. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We are taking a look at what you have to be thankful for this month. We're going to take a look at some of the energies around you, some of the possible things that will come in this month for you. But it's good things, right? We're looking for good things to happen. Some good things come in uncomfortable packages too. It's understanding that too. But overall, we are looking for good things for you, Pisces. And so let's take a look. Again, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe if you are enjoying the content here. Hit the bell if you are subscribing for the first time so you'll be notified in case we go live. Let's look, Pisces, at what things you will have to be thankful for this month. All right. For Pisces, thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look. Pisces, what will Pisces have to be thankful for this month? Reading in for Pisces. What will you have to be thankful? Of course, dropping cards. Hold on one second, Pisces. So there could be things that you will be dropping, things that you no longer need this month, that you will be dropping, Pisces. For Pisces, what would Pisces have to be thankful for this month? All right. For Pisces, ooh, lots to be thankful for. All right. So first of all, I'm seeing that there's lots of change coming in for you. I do feel like for some of you, there's some form of transformation happening this month. Things could be changing, and those changes could bring in more stability for you, more security. There could be something that is going to be solidified this month. You'll be thankful for that. You may be someone who's happy about the change in the weather, the transforming of the weather. For you, you may like the colder climate, or maybe you're just tired of the sun and the heat. You're ready for something a little bit more cool. I also see, for some of you, there are things that are coming in and you see it as being positive experience, or you're expecting positive to come from. There could be some level of clarity that you've now received, or that you will receive in November, to help you actually be able to look at things in a more positive note. That clarity may have allowed you to see that things are actually going to turn out okay. I do feel like the way that you're looking at things is going to be very rosy this month. This month, for some reason, you may be wearing your rose-colored glasses, Pisces, and just choosing to look at things positively, period, right? When we wear rose-colored glasses, we see everything in that color, no matter what the circumstance. We're choosing to see things that way. And so you may be someone who has your rose-colored glasses on this month. I don't know if this is just your favorite month, or the weather's finally cooling down. Maybe you were worried about the seasons not changing on time for some of you, but it has changed your outlook, and you're loving this season that we're in, and you're just choosing to see everything in a beautiful light. We have the Eagle King here as well. I do feel like for some of you may carry a little bit of intuitive energy, like you're seeing into the spiritual side of things. You may even be looking in and seeing, as you look at things, you're seeing like what's beneath the surface, or you're able to look at it from a different perspective than what's being shown on the surface. For some of you, you may have angelic help coming in around you this month. It could be Archangel Michael. It could be Archangel Gabriel. It could be Archangel Uriel or Archangel Raphael. Like any of those archangels could be coming in and assisting you this month. And for some of you, you may in fact have intentional connections with these archangels as well. And this month is going to be a month where you're going to be really on point, on target. The things that you're setting out to do this month are going to be successful, and they're going to be exactly the way that you planned them. I do feel like you're going into this month with intention. There's something specific that you're looking to accomplish this month, and you will. I do believe, though, Spirit is asking that you detach a little bit from the outcome, because it may turn out different than you expected, but that difference may in fact be better than what you had planned, right? And so there's a need to be intentional, set goals, and aim for those goals, but detach from the outcome, because it may in fact come out better than what you've expected. I do feel like this month is also a month of receiving, like I said, help, right? There could be things that you're delving into, new things that you're learning, new skills that are surfacing, and you're able to actually utilize those skills. There's a sense of possibly having an opportunity to focus those skills, focus that energy, and hone it in on the things that need your attention this month, and use that energy very skillfully. Like you'll have an opportunity to really control like what it is that you're giving your attention to, possibly your resources, possibly your energy, right? And so this month feels like a month where you're going to be a little bit more disciplined. There could be new regimens that you're putting into place this month. It could be anything, right? New ways of doing things. And so you're being a little bit more disciplined around things that you are wanting to do and wanting to achieve. And it has something to do with you. It has something to do with yourself, right? You're honing in on some part of yourself to master it this month. I do feel like this is going to actually be a really good month around partnerships for you, Pisces. It could feel a little bit romantic too. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of connection around, and you may find that your relationships are doing really well this month. For some of you, you may find your relationship moving forward to the next level. For some of you, you may find yourself stepping into partnerships, right? It does have a romantic feel to it. For some of you, maybe expanding your family, maybe to the next level. Somebody may find out that they're having a child, right? There's some level of sacred connections, taking the connection really seriously this month. And that's going to give a lot of fulfillment for you. I think you're going to get a lot of happiness coming in through your partnerships and your connections. As I said, this is really the time of year, Pisces, that I feel like you're enjoying, right? There's something about the season that feels like home to some of you. If you enjoy like the colder climates, yeah, this may be, referencing you being in just a better mood overall. And the things in your life are going to be able to benefit from that mood and that positive outlook. You have it on your rose-colored glasses, right? It's almost like it's going to trickle down into all the areas of your life. But let's take a look and see. We're going to pull out some tarot for you, Pisces. It really does feel like everything is going your way this month, right? For whatever you're setting out to do, it'll be successful. You just have really good expectations, with what you're focusing on this month. I feel like you will be in the energy of being thankful and having a positive outlook as well. You're expecting good is what I feel here. Being in that energy, there's almost like nothing that's impossible for you. And so this may be a time to really take advantage of the energies and maybe kick your goals up a couple of notches, right? Make sure you're not aiming too low, right? Make sure that you're getting the most out of this beautiful energy that you're in the month of November. Because you may be able to actually achieve more than you're expecting yourself. Okay. Let's take a look. So what else will Pisces be thankful for this month of November? We have the Seven of Swords coming out here. Being able to set strategies in motion is what I'm feeling here. Definitely being able to, if you're starting something new, you're going to be able to have the energy, the mind, the focus, the support even around this new thing. For some of you, you put something down and you'll be picking it back up to re-engage with it with the Ace of Pentacles. I also have the Three of Cups. There could be lots of fulfillment this month around groups or even family growth. Again, as I stated, that sacred union does talk about some satisfaction around partnerships. This could be actually planning for growth around the family, right? Let's see what else comes out for Pisces in the month of November. And then we'll take a look a little bit deeper at these cards coming out here. Okay, we also have the Nine of Cups coming out for you, Pisces. The Nine of Cups could also talk about that heavy level of fulfillment, right? Cups is emotional energy. Cups is usually talking about connection, emotional energy. I feel like there's lots of possible opportunities, to have that level of fulfillment with your connections, possible relationships. Not that they all will give you that sense of joy or fulfillment, because this is coming in the challenge position, that Nine of Cups, but we'll look a little bit deeper and see what that is. Overall, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which, says that this month is destined to end on a good note. I believe is what that's saying, but let's take a look. So for the Seven of Swords, let's see. So sevens actually are about reflection. They're about assessment and knowledge, spirituality. Sevens always pop up for me. It's about spirituality and the wisdom behind the engagement with it or the experience of it. And this Seven of Swords is really associated, traditionally at least, with unexpected setbacks or needing to take a look at something or needing to strategize to meet some type of expectation. It could present frustrations or accidents or even some type of loss of something, a friend or some type of object. This is actually with the Seven of Swords, could actually talk about finding yourself having difficulties achieving something, needing to strategize a different way possibly, or having some level of condition, that places some type of challenge in your way. Right? There's also this underlying sense of being able to transform that situation, though. It's not the end all be all. It's what moves you to actually lift up to a higher level of function to get the job done, to meet the goal that you are challenged with. Whatever condition is presented, there is a prevailing that happens, right? After having been held back, right? After a certain amount of time, possibly. But this came in on the light side. So specifically, this card particular is really asking you to look positively, which I feel like you are. You have your rose-colored glasses on this month for some reason, Pisces. And I feel like this card is asking you to keep them on because you'll need to actually look through the eyes of hope. Even when it doesn't look that way, you're being asked to see through rose-colored glasses this month. And this may actually talk about this difficult situation, right? That you're needing some level of success over, some level of relief from, right? There could have been some difficulties that you've been dealing with here in the past. But there's something that may be being missed with the Seven of Swords, right? There's a need to re-look, to re-examine the situation, to see if there's a different approach that you might be able to take. But first, clearing your head, right? Making sure that you're looking at it with fresh eyes and kind of being prepared for a sudden turn of fate, right? Is what that card is saying. And so I do feel like there could be things that you have the opportunity to shift this month because of your perspective. For some reason, I'm hearing rose-colored glasses. The way you're seeing things is part of that too. The Seven of Swords is being able to see from a different perspective, or needing to see things from a different view, or needing to approach them with more of an aggressive strategy to overcome those difficulties or those challenges, right? You may not have been prepared for what came up the last time you met these difficulties, but if you are willing to kick up the level of pursuit, right? The level of assertiveness when it comes to overcoming these challenges, it's saying that they are in fact conquerable. Okay, this is not the end all be all. This is just needing to kick up your game, right? And so the Ace of Pentacles also is talking about something new coming in here. Something new, right? The aces always talk about new beginnings. They talk about opportunities, potential. Many times they're talking about some level of leadership or a new path of some kind. This particular Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like is emphasizing a new beginning, building something, but building it on a more sure foundation, right? Whatever those challenges were, there may need to be more strategy and more intention put into the foundation of starting this, of building this, and a more careful observation around even resources. The Pentacles talks about resources, right? It could talk about money. It could talk about physical resources, And so this card is definitely a positive card, right? And it can actually talk about the opportunity to move forward with this with not a lot of negative energy around during this time in this month, right? And so this card is actually pointing to success and accomplishment. It's pointing to prosperity, good fortune, and also possibly being surrounded with good influences. This may point to good contacts right now. And so all of that may be a part of you being able to actually overcome any challenges that you've experienced, right, in the past. And again, place this energy wherever it goes. For some people, it could be business. For some people, it could be family. For some people, it could be love. Like, you place that energy where it goes, okay? Now, the Three of Cups is definitely talking about groups, right? It's talking about, when I think of the Three of Cups, I'm thinking of a close-knit group. It almost has a family feel. And being that it's a three, threes represent creativity, something being created, something coming together, something rising up or being made at this point. It's like the initial starting of something. That's what the three represents. And then we have the cups, which is this level of creativity around something fulfilling, right? Something inspirational, something that's very alluring, right? And this is almost like the very beginning of it, or this could be the retry, right? The restart of something I'm seeing here. And this could be just giving the energy, really good energy around the intentions of this or the possibilities of this being successful, right? But it does indicate the need to pour out the essence of passion and life, into this. This is not something that can be half-hearted, right? Because again, the Three of Cups is a very intimate energy. It's very passion driven, very creative. Now, being that it came in on the light side, if you are definitely a creative person, Pisces, this is your card. The Three of Cups is your card. And this is like the celebration around your success, right? It's support coming together for your vision. This is like the group of people that you have around you that's there when you need help. It's the group that's there to celebrate you when you have wins and victories. This is your close-knit group, right? Those that have an intimate connection with you many times. And these are those that will support your vision and inspire you to do even more and to reach up for even greater heights, right? And it really has a lot to do with celebration than anything else. And so you could be celebrating this month, successes or overcoming some difficulty or the opportunity to open up something new, right? This could be celebration, and it could be anything. This also speaks to that commitment and the contentment around your situation right now, or what it is that you have taken as a mission for yourself. And it's the contentment around that, the support that you have around that, the joy that you're feeling around that. right? As you bring this into being. Threes, again, creativity, something that you're bringing into being. Now, the struggle that's coming in here has to do with the Nine of Cups, right? And again, we're talking about cups, so we're talking about creativity, we're talking about fulfillment, possibly things that allow us to experience life and by doing things that we love, right? Or being with people that we love. And the nines really talks about coming to the end of doing the work, and now it's about to be seen. You know, the nines is like bringing it into fruition. It's beholding it and fulfilling. It's like the final stage of something, but it's coming in as a challenge. Now, this is like the cornucopia of truth, right? Here you could find that level of enjoyment and fulfillment, and releasing all of this wisdom and information from this nonstop level of excitement and fulfillment and, truth. And there's both the worldly and the otherworldly, here struggling for attention, right? So there could be some level of competition here with the Nine of Cups coming in as a struggle. And the Nine of Cups is almost like this struggle causing the actual fulfillment to be removed or ignored, right? Because the struggle is taking place here between the physical and the spiritual realm. There's some struggle taking place that's actually taking the enjoyment out of it in some type of way. It almost feels like there's some responsibility to the spirituality of something that's causing a damper on this in some type of way. It almost feels like the heart's desire. The Nine of Cups is really a wish fulfillment card, and it's seeing the fruits of your labor. It's, this contentment around a dream come true and enjoying it around the heart's desire. But it's also a warning too, to be careful so that we don't get lost in that, right? And so much enjoyment. And so there's like a warring here between the spirit, and I'm hearing the flesh, the spirit and the flesh, the physical, the carnal realm, and the spirit realm. There's some type of struggle here that you don't become taken away by it, right? Now, when I look at this card in this position, it's coming in on the light side of this. To get a little bit more specific, this does talk about a wish fulfillment. So there's a positive outcome, a successful outcome, a renewal of energy, and a gift being given here for any problems that need to be resolved for you to realize this outcome, right? There is a fulfillment of the deepest desires here, right? And the hope of this, you can see it, you can taste it, you can smell it, right? And it feels good. Yeah. But it's also not to be so drawn in by the success that we forget everything else, or that we forget the deeper meaning of why we started this, the purpose behind it, right? It's almost like that kind of energy, because too much pleasure, too much excitement, too much of a good thing can lead us into imbalance if we're not careful. It's that kind of energy. And so there may be some need to get to stay balanced. There may be the need to put up some type of structure or some type of reminder so that we don't lose sight of the goal. Because this feels really good. This feels very prosperous, like it's going to give a lot of fulfillment and enjoyment and success. But there's also the need not to be detached from the actual goal here, whatever this is, and be distracted by the success, that we forget why we started doing what we were doing. That's what it feels like to me. So that's the challenge, to stay connected to the deeper meaning, right, of what's happening around you. I feel like for whoever this is, there is a some type of goal that fuels this, your passion, that fuels your connections, that fuels this, whatever it is that you are leaning towards and opening up to and beginning and starting, right? There's some type of underlying purpose or mission, right? And so when we really delve in passionately, that's usually when success comes. When we forget, about all of the perks that come along with it, and we really dig in and allow ourselves to freely engage passionately, many times that's when it becomes successful, whatever we're doing. But then we have to still remember not to be lost in the success, that we remember the goal and that it doesn't change when success comes, right? And so there could be some type of struggle to stay balanced in that way and to stay attached to reality, or to stay attached to the spiritual aspect of this thing, right? There's some struggle going on between the physical and the spiritual here. Now, in the outcome, I have the Wheel of Fortune, and which is good energy. We're still talking about good energy. When it's all said and done, this is almost like this is something that is fated for you, Pisces. This is fated. This is destined, right? This talks about good fortune, abundance, luck, success. So this month brings all of that. It brings all of that for you. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about changes that occur over time as time passes, right? But remembering that it can turn forward, it could turn in your behalf, but it could also turn backwards with the flow of time and have the desires reversed, right? Forward, we're talking about your hopes and your wishes and your desires, right? Your dreams, right? That's the Wheel's fortune. Now, going backwards, there may be the opposite of that here, right? Now, this came in the light side for you, the Wheel of Fortune. And this actually is in the outcome, which says that this is pretty much the sum of this month. You'll be thankful that things went really good for you. The Wheel of Fortune talks about good energy. Specifically, when we talk about fortune, we're talking about good or bad. It's like the overall outcome, right? And it really depends on how we live and how we're looking at life, depending on, how we see things. For some people, luck is everything, Pisces, right? They see everything going well, right? To this month, it feels like that will be you. You'll have your rose-colored glasses on. You'll see everything going well, right? Or For some people, they could see everything on the other side of that, right? On the other side of the wheel, on the bottom of the wheel, they see ill in everything. And they feel like it's governed by this thing that we call luck, right? And then for others, fortune is actually something that we earn, right? It's not just something that just trickles upon us or we just see it in that way. Some people see it as something that we earn, that we work for, that we seek, with every ounce of diligence that we have inside of us, right? The meaning of fortune is actually something in which we have very little control over. And it could represent something good coming our way, right? Better prospects, greater income. But it could also be the opposite as well, right? So it could be upright with the wheel, or it could be reversed, depending on how we are looking at what fortune means, right? But this wheel is talking about that energy. And I feel like it has a lot to do with how you are looking at things this month. Because you're looking at them in a fortunate way, that's what you're going to reap. That's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to produce. That's what the wheel is going to determine for you. It's all in the way you're seeing things. That really puts a twist on it, because many times we think, oh, our luck comes from a cloud somewhere. Oh, I'm just lucky today. No, it wasn't that you was lucky today. There was some correlation with how you were seeing things and expecting things to come in today. And it actually magnetized that to you. It manifested that to you, right? And so I think it's a really good thing that you are actually in this very good headspace this year, or this month, the month of November. You're in this very good headspace, and that's actually going to make all of the difference for you, Pisces. And it's easier said than done. I understand that, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But for some reason, I do see you in this headspace this month. So whatever that reason is, if it's the weather, hey, thank the weather. Be glad to the weather. But I do see you in this very positive headspace this month. So roll that to the wheels roll off, okay? All the way through this month. Let's see if Spirit has any last minute advice for you, Pisces. Any last minute advice for Pisces? Any advice for Pisces in the month of November? Okay. I put the cards down and one just fell off. Okay. All right, and so let's take a look. So two of your cards that already came out in the shadow side, okay? So that definitely is saying something. So we have the Wheel of Fortune on the shadow side. Mind you, just because it came out on the shadow side, that doesn't mean it's negative. That means that there's more than one way that Spirit is talking to us today, Pisces, around this energy of fate and luck and destiny as it pertains to you. We're going to take a look at what Spirit is saying there. We also have the Seven of Pentacles, more sevens, more spiritual energy. We also have the Six of Cups, more cups energy, more emotional fulfillment. And then we have the Seven of Swords, right? We had that on the light side. Now it's coming out on the shadow side. So more information coming out here. Spirit has some more guidance. Let's start off with the Wheel of Fortune on the shadow side. So we just took a look at how the way that we are anticipating and expecting things to unfold has a lot to do with it, right? The wheel does talk about fate. It talks about destiny, possibly having a specific map that's already been mapped out for you. But at the same time, yes, that's true. But we also have free will. Like, we decide how we'll look at things and how we'll expect things and how we'll perceive them when they come in. We get to decide whether that's good or bad for us, right? And so it does have a lot to do with how we're looking at things. Now, the shadow side of the wheel can give us a different type of energy when it comes to fate or destiny, right? Whatever actually comes in is, something that we definitely have to deal with on some level. And it represents change at the end of the day. And that's whether it's for better, whether it's for worse, we see it as, good luck or not so good luck, whether we see it as the wheel turning in our favor or not in our favor, whatever happens is happening to represent change, right? Nothing ever stops. Everything is always moving. It's always changing, right? Energy always moves. Even as you're looking at me as still as I am, the energy that represents me is moving. Even though you can't see it on a molecular level, it's moving, it's changing at every second, even faster than a second, right? And so whatever happens, this is understanding when we look at the dark side of the wheel that everything is about change. It's about movement, whether it's considered good or whether not so good, right? The presence of this particular card in any reading can offer good news or bad news. It can upset the outcome, that the cards offer. But it's looking at it from two different sides that gives us the benefit, right? And then it further gives us the choice through which we can apply either the light or the shadow aspect, right? We make our own luck. Again, is what it's saying. We make our own luck. When we look at things, whether it be a negative outlook, right? It may entirely be something totally different, right? Though it may be presented in a different way, in a more negative way, right? Moving from one aspect to the other, like from light to shadow, like we just did, or from shadow to light, right? That will determine whether it's good or bad, right? And so I hope that made sense. It's all about change at the end of the day is what Spirit is saying. This is all about change. So understand that everything that happens, no matter how you perceive it, whether it's going from the light aspect to the dark or the dark to the light, however you're perceiving that, it's all about change, right? And when we stop changing, when things stop changing, that means we have ceased to exist, basically. This is the natural flow of life, is what Spirit is saying. Understand that, right? And so maybe it's not very beneficial to categorize things. I've heard people say that a lot. Like, why do we always feel the need to categorize things and to, place things in categories? Why can't we just accept things as they are and deal with them as they come and accept them when they come and keep just moving forward, right? Radical acceptance is what that's called. And so maybe that's what Spirit is saying. Just have a sense of radical acceptance with whatever comes, because it's all about change at the end of the day, no matter how it comes in, no matter how we perceive it or view it. It's all about change. Both sides of this wheel, light and dark, is saying that. Okay? And so the interpretation applies. right? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, sevens are talking about reflection, right? Spirituality, wisdom, knowledge, assessment. Coming in on the shadow side, the Seven of Pentacles is usually investments, is putting in work, pouring into something that we're working for, that we're investing in, and expecting some type of harvest from it too. Now, this coming in on the shadow side, this could be Spirit talking about the energy of not allowing yourself to get stuck in the energy of stagnancy. And you know what causes stagnancy? Things like anxiety, being overly concerned, right? Or depression, stuffing down your feelings when you actually need to express them. You know, this month may in fact present things that bring in that energy, anxiety, or possible tendencies towards depression. Both of those things will prevent you from moving forward, Pisces, Spirit is saying. And it'll prevent you from finding solutions also to your challenges, you know. Both of these things will. But Spirit is guiding you to face your issues head on. Just face them, right? They're going to come. We're going to deal with some things. Take a deep breath, you know, and do what you need to do to weather the storm. Okay? Don't back down from the challenges. Just move through them. Find the solution. Okay? And this is also still bringing up that energy again about resources. Spirit is saying, with the Ace of Pentacles, Spirit was saying something about resources, not to squander your resources this time. Something about that. And so Spirit is saying that again with the shadow side of the Seven of Pentacles. Resources are very important. And being aware of how you are distributing the resources here is very important. And then we have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups, of course, is about communication. We were talking about cups here, about that emotional fulfillment and connection. The Six of Cups usually talks about possibly having past experiences repeat. This is going back to the past, thinking back, possibly having feelings of nostalgia, right? Now, this is coming in on the shadow side, and this is looking back so that we can look forward. So Spirit may be wanting you to actually take a moment to assess the past as a resource, as a tool to learn as you move forward. It's kind of like moving into a dark space. There's some aspect of moving into the unknown here, but you have a reference here, Pisces. There's some reference that you can look back into the past to find resolutions. Yeah. Something about drinking deep from the wisdom, right? There's something that you've learned in the past that you're being guided back to resource. There's something about the past here. So Spirit is saying, don't negate the past. Yeah. I almost feel like you have earned the right to move forward here. You've earned the right. You've paid some level of due, or you've gone through some type of rite of passage, right? And it reflects in your courage and your strength and your purpose and your sincerity. And there's some resource that you have in your experience from the past as you move forward. Some of what you're moving towards seems unfamiliar, but there's some reference. The Spirit is saying that you're able to go back to the past in reference. It's a resource for learning as you move forward. Don't forget about the past, is what I'm hearing. Lastly, we have the Seven of Swords. And again, another seven, talking about that energy of referencing spirituality, reflection, assessment, knowledge, and wisdom. And we did have the Seven of Swords in the upright, which was talking about having challenges and needing to possibly re-strategize to overcome challenges, right? Or see things differently. Now it's coming in on the shadow side. Now here, the swords are separated, right? There's a difference. Here, the swords are separated. They're laid out, ready for the action that will be taken. And I feel like Spirit is just basically saying, here it is, right? Believe in yourself, right? Move forward with strategy, with caution, with intention, with preciseness, right? It doesn't matter how big your dreams are, right? With a little help, you have the chance of escaping any situations that have caused setbacks or challenges or blocks, right? And even I'm thinking of a ladder, right? Spirit is saying you have a ladder to climb up, and the ladder represents experience from the past. Like, you know exactly how to do this. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of like the model of a video game. I used to love playing videos. My favorite this was when I was younger, when I had a lot of time to squander. I wish I had an hour now to spend on a video game, but I used to love like Mario Brothers, those very strategic games, and Donkey Kong, and the way that those games are set up, they're set up for you to repeat things until you master it, right? You get killed by the Donkey Kong master 50 million times until you learn how to double hop and flip backwards and jump onto that thing without dropping into the fire. And there's a skill to doing that. And you learn by your mistakes. But by the end, by the time you defeat the Donkey Kong King, you've mastered all these little tricks and these backflips and these double hops, and right? That's what these swords represent. All of your experience. These represent the pathway to your dream, Pisces. And these are ladders. Your experience are ladders that you get to climb up now. So when those challenges present themselves, you've just created stepping stones to climb up, right? Past those challenges. So in essence, nothing can hold you back from this if this is what you want. It's good news. This month, I feel like it's definitely going to be one for the books for you, Pisces. Whatever this is that's being set into motion or picked back up, it's good. It's good. It turns out good with the wheel of fortune. And it's starting off on a good feet. It's almost like allow the wind to pick up. And when the wind picks up and things start to build momentum, right, that's when you can just kind of glide on the wind. But it's a matter of getting that momentum going. And once it gets going, just allow yourself to flow, to soar is the word, right? Allow yourself to soar. The wind is coming, okay? That's for you, Pisces, for the month of November. What you will have to be thankful for. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I hope you're already in that energy and working with these energies that are present for you. This is a beautiful month for you, okay? That's for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle, bringing another message to you. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. Make sure you hit the bell so you're notified in case I go live next time or if I post new content. All right. Thank you, Pisces, for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye.